My name is Wendy. Now, I tried to record a beginning for this a little while ago, but I'm not sure. I realized later, I'm not sure if my microphone was on. So, I'm going to record an intro now. This video is probably going to be a relatively short video, but I had to get some new equipment for taking care of things outside my house and some for taking care of things inside. And my husband suggested that I maybe do some reviews of the things I got. So, not sponsored by any of these products. I don't have any sponsors yet or anything like that. But these are just some things that we looked at some different things, and this is the product we decided to get to hopefully help with some things. So, I'm going to start with my new weed eater. Now, keep in mind, I loved my old DeWalt weed eater, but it was old, and I couldn't get any of the batteries charged anymore. And we thought about just getting new batteries, but that looked way more expensive than just buying a new weed eater. So, we decided to give another one a try. I do still have the other one, so if I end up deciding to just break down and get some more batteries for the DeWalt, we may do that. But for now, we're trying another brand of a few different items. So, and those batteries were actually a little cheaper, so I have some more of those batteries coming with a big charger. I got this out. I got this. This is the one we decided on. I should have it. It's not in here. The box is empty right now. We decided on the Ryobi weed eater because it's lightweight, so easy for me to handle. And Austin, of course, has the more heavy-duty ones that he uses on other yards, but I love to help with our yard when I can. He is busy between his regular job and the other lawns that he's doing right now, trying to build that up with a friend of his. He's super busy, and I love helping with our yard. I just needed a working weed eater that I can handle to be able to do that. So I love my DeWalt, but I am going to give the Ryobi a fair chance and see how it is. But so I put it together today. So that will be it came via FedEx today. I put it together, and so another thing to find out is when my husband comes home, if I put it together right, that may affect some of how it works if I did not put it together right. But I have figured some things out with it. I did a small clip of me using it outside in one of my areas that I needed to get fixed from having had not a working one. And I have some more areas that I still need to fix, but it did fairly well. I don't think it's as strong as the DeWalt, but I don't necessarily need it to be. Any areas that we might have that need something stronger, my husband could just get those real quick with his weed eater. As long as these will do my main areas, around the backyard, around the garden beds, and along my whole entire fence, that would be great. We have a couple other areas that almost like brush and berries want to try to go. We ended up with pokeberries out there, and I, of course, don't know what to do those. So I used my lopper and got rid of those and for now. But I got to figure out how to get rid of them so they don't keep growing back. But so any areas like that my husband can obviously help with. But it did seem to work very well. And I'll put that clip, if that clip is any good, if I recorded it okay, I'll have my husband put that in here too. It's just a short clip, a small clip of me doing a small area. But it worked pretty well. There's no various settings. So the DeWalt one, I could set it on high or low. I generally kept it on high, but you could put it to low if you wanted to. I don't see a spot to do that with the Ryobi. I do like the fact that I can just put a whole thing of wire on it, and then and I don't have to put new wire on it all the time. Every time a little bit of it breaks off. Which the DeWalt, you can change the head to different ones, so maybe you can do that with this too. But with the head that's on there, I can put a whole spool on there, which it came with one on it. And then it's a push button to get more wire to come out. The only thing I wish is that somehow the button was in a different spot. You have to pick it up, turn it over, and then push the button and hold the wire taut to make it actually come out. But it's definitely easier than changing the wire every 10 minutes when it breaks on the fence. So I do like that. Oh, my only complaint on that is that if the button was in an easier spot to get to. But anyways, it's still easier than what I had before for changing the wire. So I'm trying to think what else. And I can actually change the handle. It's outside because it's dirty from me using it, but so I didn't want to bring it back inside. But it's got buttons on either side of it. You push those in and then turn the handle. So like if you needed to turn it upside down for some reason to use, I don't know if I'll ever do that or not, but it's an option for people that are probably more proficient with them than I am. And we did order some extra batteries for it. They were cheaper than they were a little bit cheaper than the DeWalt batteries. But so we ordered some extra batteries. It didn't actually come with one. But another piece of equipment that I will also talk about on another video is also Ryobi. So I used that battery today to be able to use this. And I actually have 2 Ryobi batteries because I have a blower that's technically my mother-in-law's, but it's here at my house at the moment, so it's on a charger. But that one is a small battery, and then the one that I got with the other thing is bigger, more like what you would normally use with this. So I used that battery, and it got me very well. It would probably do my entire backyard and maybe a little bit more once I get everything fixed. Since I was doing some areas that needed to be fixed, it didn't do me the whole entire backyard. But I think if it wasn't for that, it would. So that's good in my opinion. And if I have another one, so if I have 2, then I would hopefully have one to get me through the backyard, one to help me with the front, to do the front yard. So that's good. And the more independent little Jace is getting, the bigger Henry's getting to be able to watch him or help Austin watch him while I'm doing some of that. Means the more I can do. So like today we had recess. The kids all played with Henry watching the baby. I was still, of course, keeping my eye on him, but he was keeping him away from the weed eater and the fire pit. He's fascinated with the fire pit. But, so that means more time that I can do this, and the more I might be able to get out to the front yard and do a little bit out there. So far, Austin has mostly been having to keep up the front yard, which he cuts the grass. He uses the ride mower and cuts most of it. But if I can then use his push mower on a couple little sections that the ride mower can't get to, or just use my weed eater on the rest of it, then we'll be good. Because I can, throughout the week, do 30 minutes at a time for 4 or 5 days, and I'll have the whole yard done. So that is my hope. That's what I want to do. I love weed eating. He's not as big a fan of it, but he does do it. He does like doing it. But he probably does it better than I do it. But I will learn more as I do it more. And then, of course, I've got to learn the new weed eater. I did like it pretty well. I still, at the moment, think I like my DeWalt better. But like I said, that might just be because it's what I'm used to. So I'm going to give this a fair shot. And like I said, it works just fine. It did really well on a couple sections that I needed to get caught up that had some pretty tall grass. So it worked really well for that. I've got some spots with some thick, like, brambles coming out of. And I kind of felt like those were bogging it down. So I kind of left that area, and I'll see if my husband can help me use his bigger weed eater on those sections to get them fixed. Hopefully once they're fixed, I can just use this one and it'll be fine. Is my hope. Or we'll find a way to get rid of those brambles so they don't keep coming back. But I'm really looking forward to utilizing this weed eater more, learning more about it, and getting my yard to the way I want it. It's never been a bad yard, but there's definitely some things I would like to change, work on and improve. So we're going to work on that. And like I said, yes, this was the Ryobi 18 volt, 10-inch, 18 volt string trimmer edger. So that's the one we got. Now we ordered this one off Amazon, and then we went to Home Depot a couple days later, and we realized that for almost the same price, we could have got this and the blower, which I technically have the blower, but like I said, it's technically not mine. So I may get that eventually because I did like the way it works. If she needs to take this one back, I will try to get me one at some point because I do like the way it works. My husband has a more high, like I said, he has a more high-powered one for out doing the jobs, but I'm looking forward to trying to get some more of these types of tools that are lightweight for me to be able to use, and then teach the kids how to use with them, because having the more lightweight things will make that easier as well. So that's my current stance on the Ryobi string trimmer and how I feel about it. So I think it will do us really well. I'm looking forward to using it some more. So thank you for watching. Hope you enjoy this video. Let us know if you want to see more of these types of videos. And I am planning to do a couple more. So let me know if you like them and if you want me to try to do more of those. Thank you for watching. We'll catch y'all next time. Bye-bye.